Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about rice. But first things first, rice has been around for a very long time. It's a very popular food in the world today, and for generations way before us, they've been eating rice as well. Rice was originally popular in Africa long time ago. It's still popular in Africa, but most of the rice we eat today in Europe and America is mostly from Asia. I'll put some more notes in the description down below as well of that, and some research links that if you want to read more, you can read. So, first things first, we have different kinds of rice. We have white rice, brown rice, black rice, red rice, and wild rice. For those of us who've not seen black rice and red rice, it's not very common, but it's still out there. Wild rice is becoming increasingly common, even though it's very expensive. Right, so let's start with white rice. But first things first, rice is a grain, and we all know that. We usually see it as white, but the original rice has a hull, a bran, and a germ. Right, if you take out that whole bran and germ, then you see the white, which is the pure carbohydrate, which we see as white rice, and that is the one that is very popular. But originally, all rice are the same. They all have a bran, a hull, and a germ. Right, so when all of that is off, you see white rice, which is what we eat a lot. And the problem with white rice, which is what I'm starting with, is that it's pure carbohydrate. It spikes up your blood sugar, and it's very high on the glycemic index. It has no nutrients other than carbohydrates, right? So that's the problem with white rice. Now we come to brown rice. Brown rice has got a bran and a germ, right? And it's lower on the glycemic index compared to white rice. It's got a bit more nutrients than white rice. So most of the time they tell you if you want to eat healthy, eat brown rice. But the problem also with brown rice is that it's got something called phytates that can kill its minerals like potassium, zinc, and copper, and iron. These are minerals that we need in our body. If you eat a lot of brown rice, it can kill its minerals, and it's also got arsenic, which is a very toxic poison for the human body. Arsenic in large amounts is not good to consume. So that's the downside with brown rice. But other than that, it's got a bit more nutrients compared to white rice. Now, black rice and red rice are very similar to brown rice. They're almost like the same thing. The difference is that they got something called anthocyanins, which is an antioxidant that is good for human body, right? And they also have nutrients just like brown rice, a similar type of nutrient just like brown rice. But also they also have arsenic that is very toxic in high amounts. But apart from, they're very similar to brown rice, just that they have a powerful antioxidant called anthocyanin, which is why they are black and brown. It's all in the bran. The bran, they're black and red. It's in the bran. They got the difference in color is on the bran of the rice, right? But inside they're all white, like I've said and before. Now the final one is wild rice. It's a bit different. Wild rice is not like the other rice. It's an aquatic grass. It's got no arsenic, no phytates, and it's not high on the glycemic index. It's very low on the glycemic index. It's got a lot more nutrients, so it's probably the best rice to eat compared to all the other rice. There's no downside, severe downside compared to all the other rice. And one more thing I have to mention is that under normal circumstances, rice has gluten, but if you Google it, it will tell you rice is gluten free, but really rice is not gluten free. It's got a type of gluten called Arsenic, but wild rice has no gluten. So if you have gluten intolerant, wild rice is the way to go. But all the other rice you should stay away from if you have gluten intolerance. Now, those are all the type of rice. On the normal circumstances, you can eat brown rice and black rice and red rice, but you have to be careful because there's arsenic. There's some studies that show that if you cook the rice, like brown rice, black rice and red rice, with a lot of water, more than what the rice needs to cook with, and then so when it's finished cooking, you drain out the excess water, you eliminate a good amount of the arsenic. That's what research studies say. I put the study down below, you can read it for yourself. So you cook it like that and you drain the excess amount of water and reduce the amount of arsenic, so it's probably safer to eat that way. But other than that, I'd say go wild rice, even though it's expensive, but go wild rice. Now, if you're someone that is struggling with something like diabetes or something related to a carbohydrate toxicity, like you're overweight, you have metabolic syndrome, or one of them kind of disease, you probably need to avoid eating rice, right? You need to avoid eating rice for the moment until you get to a point where you're physically fit enough, to eat rice again. But you need to stay off rice for a bit, right? Because especially white rice, because that would just add more problems to your problem. So you might want to stay off rice a bit. Now, the only time I would suggest someone to eat white rice is immediately after exercise. That is, if you exercise a lot and you're already in good shape. So someone who's very muscular, that trains a lot, if they eat white rice just after their workout, it would be a good thing, because white rice would replenish their energy stores very quick. Or someone who does a lot of long distance training and things like that, eating white rice would help them because that would replenish their energy quickly. The only downside with that is that it would deplete you of B vitamins and other nutrients, because when your body makes energy, you need these nutrients, but white rice has no nutrients other than pure carbohydrates, so it would deplete you of these nutrients. That's the only downside with eating white rice, even though if you're in good physical shape. So you must remember to eat, if you're doing that, you must remember to do it with a very nutrient dense, or you can take supplements. So basically that's a bit about rice. More information for you to read in the description. Guys, thanks for watching. Share this video and don't forget, like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.